Hey guys, it's Ryan here, and oh boy, we just got hit with a massive penalty update. I guess I'll start first with kind of the one we kind of saw coming, and then we'll go into the other one. But yeah, hadn't been doing very many of these pre-recorded videos, but this one's too big to wait and talk about on Sunday when we do the live stream. So yeah, big penalty here for the Hendrick Motorsports cars, Justin Haley, and then we will get into Denny Hamlin, who also received a penalty after the Phoenix race this past week. But yeah, we'll start with the biggest penalty of the day, which is the Hendrick Motorsports penalty. And when I say Hendrick Motorsports, Justin Haley got the exact same penalty levied at him as the three main Hendrick cars. The 9 car also did receive most of these penalties too, but again, we'll get into this. But yeah, so here we go. The penalty for the Hendrick Motorsports cars includes 100 driver and owner points, 10 playoff points. They were also fined $100,000, and they lost their crew chiefs for 4 weeks. Now, the driver owner points won't apply to Chase Elliott as he is currently been under substitution for the last 2 weeks after a snowboarding accident in Colorado. So Chase Elliott isn't losing any driver owner points, but the other 3 Hendrick cars, so Larson, Bowman, Byron, they are each losing a total of 100 driver and owner points, which is going to put them behind the 8 ball for Larson and Bowman to make the playoffs. I don't believe this is going to invalidate. I didn't see anything about this invalidating Byron's win, so he's still in the playoffs. He does lose 10 playoff points, which is going to bring him down a lot on the playoff point total. Also, Justin Haley getting absolutely whacked with this penalty as well. And this is, by the way, for the hood louvers that were confiscated prior to the Phoenix race. So yeah, ultimately the hood louvers were found to have been modified, and they are a single source part. So yeah, by the letter of the rule, they did break it. This is the same rule that, say, Brad Keselowski got caught for, Michael McDowell got caught for as well back at Pocono. So yeah, that was a massive penalty that came out earlier today. But man, again, like, the points are going to be big for the drivers who haven't won yet, basically putting Justin Haley into a must-win situation to make the playoffs. Bowman and Larson, I'm not as worried about, both because they've been running up front and can win races is the other thing, because all you need to do is really win a race and you're in. But yeah, so that was a massive penalty that came out this morning. We kind of knew it was coming because the hood louvers got confiscated before, in between practice and qualifying for the NASCAR Cup race this past weekend at Phoenix. Something we didn't necessarily see coming until a couple days afterwards is that Denny Hamlin has received a, let me see, I think it was a 25-point penalty. Yeah, he lost 25 drivers' points and was fined $50,000 for violating the intentional wrecking policy. Not sure what the actual, it's the NASCAR Members Code of Conduct. But yeah, basically because he admitted on his podcast to openly kind of paying Ross back finally by drifting up the track into him and dragging both of them down the track. Ultimately, this is just looking like a worse and worse decision by Denny Hamlin by the minute, because after the race, I initially didn't even think it was a intentional, but then obviously he admitted to it. Yeah, not a good choice when you're inside the top 15, or when you're inside the top 10, gonna drop back to maybe 15th to 20th-ish. To just kind of go and run yourself and your rival into the fence. And then ultimately now because you admitted to it, you have now had a penalty levied against you, so you lose 25 more points on top of that. So, yeah, not a great say again, this decision is not working out for Denny Hamlin. I think he needs to just focus on not paying Ross back and just worry about running races and be like, all right, my payback is going to be the fact that I'm going to win the championship instead of you this year. Because I think both are probably going to be championship contenders this year. So, yeah. But yeah, the bigger penalty though, and I'm actually going to go a little bit more in depth on the actual cut line here, is going to be the Hendrick Motorsports penalty because that drops. Bowman will drop to 54 points after that, so he will be tied with Ryan Preece around 27th place in points. Larson will be dropped down to 37 points. That will put him just ahead or just behind Cody Ware in 33rd place in drivers' points. William Byron, it doesn't really matter, but he'll be just ahead of Noah Gragson in 32nd place in drivers' points, I believe. But yeah, I believe that win though is still going to count for William Byron, so he's in. And then Justin Haley is going to be at negative 40 points, I believe. So negative point total for Justin Haley. He's going to have a lot of work cut out for him, and he's going to be a must-win. But, man, yeah, just a big penalty that was dropped kind of at an inconspicuous time here in the middle of the week because, yeah. I mean, we kind of knew again that the Hendrick Motorsports penalty was coming. And ultimately, because Hamlin admitted it on his podcast, it wasn't a massive shock that he got a penalty as well. But yeah, so ultimately, those are the penalties coming out of this weekend's race at Phoenix as we get ready for Atlanta. I'm thinking I might end up streaming on the Xfinity race as well this weekend, just because plate tracks are kind of fun. So we'll have to wait and see, obviously, on that, but I will definitely be doing the Cup race, though, around 3 o'clock this coming Sunday afternoon, so tune in for that. But outside of that, I think that's everything, so hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next video, live stream, or whatever you guys decide to do with the rest of your day. Have a great day, everybody, and goodbye!